Hey, what's up, CYBERLUX Army and CYBERLUX family? Welcome back to the channel, you money makers. It's been a couple of days. I did not really talk about CYBERLUX, and there has been a really juicy information, very important stuff for CYBERLUX that I want to discuss before we get into the next week on Monday. So watch the full video, pay full attention. Let's review the CYBERLUX revenue. And remember, CYBERLUX, this is one of our 10x stock, along with ILUS International. We have been coming along a few penny stocks, OTC traded stock, and we have been talking in our Patreon private Discord as well about multiple other stocks that could potentially earn us 10x return. And I'm not talking about CYBERLUX going 10x from this price point. We have been buying CYBERLUX below 2 cents level, and look at that. Right now it is about 4x. Right now from 4 cents, from 1 cent is 4x, 400% return on the investment. I will be talking about a ton of information that CYBERLUX shared with us in last couple of days, including their $1.9 million revenue month versus the projected revenue of 1 million in October. So we'll talk about that. They are already hitting the target, not hitting the target. They're overhitting the target by 2x in revenue, which is once again a great initiative into what CYBERLUX is trying to do. They want to do $100 million in revenue, as we all know, and they are going to do that with the pace that they're running at the moment. Last month was a great month for the company. Overall, the stock was pretty flat in my honest opinion, as you already know, but that is okay, because remember, patience is the key. So the same way we saw for ILUS. Let's take a look at what happened to ILUS as well while we're on the topic. So it was 1% down for the day, but remember we talked about ILUS being 50 cents. We see here 21% spike up in just 5 days at 47 cents. For 1 month the stock is up 41%, and for 6 months the stock is up almost 500%, which means $1,000 turns into $5,000 just in 6 months. You don't really get that kind of return anywhere else. Yes, this is a risk versus reward play, and CYBERLUX is not a different. There is no difference between CYBERLUX and any other OTC traded stock in terms of risk versus return, but it is relatively safer return that someone can expect, because CYBERLUX is aggressively growing company at the moment. The growth is the key. Patience is the key for CYBERLUX stock as well. If you take a look, for 1 month the stock is pretty much for 1 day the stock is pretty much flat, down 1%. For 5 days the stock is pretty much at the same price point, 0.043 and 0.045 and 0.043. For 1 month the stock is down 14%. For 6 months, as you know, the stock is up from 1 cent to 4.5 cents. It went to 6.5 cents as well. So let's talk about in this video we'll cover what I focus on when I think about CYBERLUX, in my honest opinion. Also for the investment for myself, we'll also talk about the volume, the short volume, moving average that I wanted to share with you. So we have short volume, we have the moving average that I want to talk about. I also want to talk about RSI and MACD, and how someone can earn 50% or get 50% return on their investment, relatively safe considering OTC traded stock by investing in CYBL. So let's talk about all that. Now, I wanted to say that I'm not a financial advisor. This video is only for the entertainment purposes. I do a ton of research and I like to share with you, the community, and giving back. So click on the like button. It doesn't really cost you anything, but it'll help out the YouTube algorithm. We can share this video to more and more people if you just click on the like button, be the part of the community, subscribe to my channel as well. If you turn on the notification bell, I've been sharing a ton of stocks on this channel, including CYBL, ILUS, AAPT, IFAN, and many more, TONR, and many more. We also talk all this into my private Discord as well. So click the like button, click the subscribe button as well. It is free, does not cost you anything, but it'll help the community out. Do your part. If you're feeling extra happy, you can join my Patreon as well. We talk a ton about cryptocurrency, OTC, penny stocks, NASDAQ listings, up listings, and a lot of other juicy stuff. Without further delay, let me get into what it means for CYBERLUX. So the community has been growing, 8,200 followers on CyberLux's Twitter account. They also shared the video Q&A. Remember, deja vu. I've been telling you that CyberLux is following the pathway of what ILUS has done, and I've been saying that CyberLux could be another 10x stocks very similar to ILUS, and I did not really mean that they are both the same companies. They are not same companies, but they have some similarities in terms of their growth, in terms of what they're focusing on, in terms of their Department of Defense and dealing with government agencies, in terms of the acquisition and expansions. So we'll talk about all that kind of stuff in this particular video. If you think about what they have shared with us, what in October, the future is very bright. For Operation Alpha, the October revenue is $1.9 million versus the expected and projected revenue of $1 million. Not only that, they also shared with us the monthly recap with the key accomplishment for the month of October 2021, and that is looking super promising to me. Their CEO shared that the Cybl community were excited and exceeded our expectation for October, which was an exceptional month by all measures. We announced our new funding, 2 acquisitions, a fantastic addition into their executive team, and a great revenue result for the month. Here's the quick recap, and this is why I'm super excited, and patience is the key. Remember what happened with ILUS, because we have been talking about when it's going to hit 50 cents, and it almost did just last week. So think about from 4, 5, 6 cents to 50 cents. That's 10x return, and that's precisely I'm talking about when I also talk about CyberLux as well. We achieved our highest revenue month of $1.9 million in October, exceeding our October projection of $1 million. In addition to year-to-date revenue through October is 4.09, so almost $4.1 million that they're exceeding their projected year-to-date revenue of $3 million. So this is itself, it's a huge accomplishment. What CyberLux has done in the whole Q3, they just did in October. So that's the pace, my friends, I'm talking about. So don't sleep. Think about it positively, and I'm not saying this is not a financial advice to buy or sell stocks. I'm just sharing what I think. This is only for the entertainment purpose, but if you think positively, you can gain the knowledge and apply your knowledge and whatever the analysis that you have done for CYBL into your next OTC traded stock. So they also announced the $4.5 million in funding in the California-based RB Capital Partners to accelerate the growth in Flight IUS Solution, Advanced Solutions, Infrastructure Technology, so that is IS Software Solutions business unit as well. And both this capital and CyberLux is structured to fund the premium market at the fixed price of 25 cents to convert the common stocks at 25 cents, which is a significant premium from the stock. If you think about the 4 to 5 cents and 25 cents, it's 5x return just right there. I'm not trying to say it's going to happen overnight within a couple of months or so. What I do think is whoever bought, there are lots of subscribers and viewers on this channel who are bought at 2 cents or below 2 cents level, and they can turn their investment into 5x return just in no time. I strongly believe that if the company keeps following up as to what they're trying to accomplish and that they are successful, there is no doubt in my mind that they can hit 25 cents. That is obligatory convertible within 24 months in October 2023. Furthermore, this RB Capital is prepared to provide up to an additional $10.5 million in funding for the same terms and the same share price, because think about it, they might have seen already the potential that CyberLux can bring to the table. They also announced the government expert and the State Veteran Council, and they are working with Strike Point Consulting LLC as the joint venture as well, and they have been pushing the bars and setting up higher and higher bars. Their goal is to, remember we talked about that they want to expand their business into each agency within the government offices, within the agencies, and they want to book more and more revenue. They also announced the FBD Group, SHPK, the Global Telecommunication Infrastructure Software Solution and provider, with the FBD Group that was founded in 2009, with that they have the headquarters in Albania and a NATO member county as well. So that is also one of the big strategic move as well. They also announced once again the $16 million at a current market value price. Their executives which also accounted for 420 million shares that is contributed back to the reinvestment into the CYBERLUX company, that demonstrated their strong belief into the company's mission and vision. They will be also issued new management incentive award at the 16 million price point for the incentive level for 10 cents and 25 cents, which will reduce that particular stock amount by 75%, which is once again a big deal. They also had announced the acquisition with Harvest Group SAS, a Colombian registered company, which is once again a pretty big deal as well. So I just wanted to share. In addition to that, if you think about it, CYBL, their community is growing, more than 10,000 watcher on stock weights. If you take a look at the volume, that has been very steady, consolidated positively, somewhat into the positive momentum, not super flat, goes up and a little bit down. Their Twitter volume, their Twitter followers, as we discussed already, have been increasing up to 8,200, as you can see. The most important thing that I want to talk about when I talk about CYBL is their volume. Remember, when their volume is more than 100 million, as you see, the stock tend to spike up. So from 372 low, the stock went to 432. So there is a significant jump up. It's almost 0.75 cent sort of run up when the volume went up from 43 million to 133 million, which is 3x volume. That's what excites me. So I've been telling you, whenever we see more and more volume, we should be able to also see this price spike as well. Now, how someone can invest in CYBL and get the return on the investment 50% just in no time? So this is what I'm talking about. When we are at 4 cents, we have seen that the stock went to 6.5 cents right here. So 4.5, so it is a difference of 2.5 cents, which is almost 60% return on the investment from the 4 cent level. So what you want to consider in that case is CYBERLUX has a ton of massive catalysts coming up, including the revenue spike up. We'll be able to also get some of their financial reports by the November 15th. That's what their CEO mentioned in the Q&A video as well. I'll be doing another video where I'll be sharing more information as to what their CEO shared into that video, YouTube video that they shared, and they had a question answers type of a session. I'll be sharing more information on that, but you can expect that the company will be releasing their financial, their expense and the revenue and profitability numbers by the November 15th. So that's one of the catalysts that you want to consider. You also want to consider that a stock that is at 4 cents has a very high potential to go to 6.5 cents, 50, 60, 70% return on the investment in relatively shorter period of time, relatively low risk, low return. Yes, everything is risk versus return. You can lose your money as well. So do not invest the entire portfolio. But what I'm trying to say is the company has the fundamental. There's nothing has been changed from 6.5 cents to 4 cents where the stock is at right now. Whatever changes is the fundamental, and there is no short volume. Even though the stock is going up and up and up, we are seeing the short volume in 50s. Yes, it went to 61 right here, but all in all, in my honest opinion, the short volume ratio is pretty low for CYBL and for such a small valued stock at the moment, where we have 70 million total volume, or short volume is 36 million, which puts that short volume ratio at 51. When we had 133 million total volume, our short volume was 82 million, which is 61.65 short volume ratio. In my honest opinion, if you take a look right here at the moving average, so the moving average is the green line that you see right here, which is ticking upwards right now, whereas the price is above the moving average, as you see. So this is 3 cents, 3.5 cents rather, and right now that is the moving average, and our price is 426. So it's above 4 cents, 4.25 cents. That puts it into a very bullish trend. If you take a look at the 5-day, which is what I wanted to show you, the moving average also meets almost this current stock price, but most of the time the stock price is above the moving average. As you can see right here, it is almost right now. When we saw beginning of the month, it was around the same price point, the moving average, but now as you can see, the moving average was below the actual stock price for last few days, which makes it a very, very, very bullish sign for the stock price, and which is why I think that the stock can hit 5 cents, because 5 cents is a pretty psychological level. If you take a look at 1 month, you should be able to see that the stock price is way above the moving average. But 5-day chart shows a very significant price point that is above the moving average, with the green bar right here, that is the buying volume. If you take a look at the RSI, which shows this relative strength indicator, that is 48 or 46 rather, which is not an overbought or not an oversold condition. If you take a look at MACD, it's very similar to what you see in terms of the moving average. This is something I like to see. What I see right here is sometimes we see that the MACD goes above the blue line, goes above the orange line, which is something I really like to see. And you can see that when it happens, there is a massive volume. If you take a look at right here, this is all the buying volume. All the green lines or the green bars are the buying volume, whereas the red bars are the selling volume. You don't really see a huge selling volume, but you see high buying volume when the stock price spikes up. You don't really see the volume right here, which is one of the deficiency I would call for CYBL. Whenever we see the higher volume, the stock will go up. And we do see the volume. Whenever the volume spikes up, we also see the short volume spikes up, but that's the natural move. And whenever we see more than 100 million in terms of the volume, our short volume goes above 50. Short volume ratio goes about the 50 point, which is pretty much organic. So I wanted to share this information with you. I hope you like this video. Click the like button, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.